So I thought tonight might be a good night for a story. Who here likes stories? Everyone look around. Everyone likes stories. Tonight's story is a story about a small town. Well, it started as a small town, but it grew, and it grew, and it grew. And as a town grows, they need new things. Who knows what's the first thing that's built in a Jewish community? That's a great guess. It's not a shul. The way you know that you're in a Jewish community is when they have built their cemetery, actually. But that's not what this story's about. Not what this story's about. This community had grown and grown and grown, and now they needed a shul. They needed a place to pray. They did not have a beautiful space like this to pray in. They needed to build one. So the king, because this was not just a town, it was really a kingdom, the king says, okay, we're going to put the resources towards building the most beautiful shul, the most beautiful synagogue ever. Now, who here has been to a beautiful synagogue? Everyone should be raising your hands because you're in one. But who's been to another beautiful synagogue besides this one? Right? There are a lot of beautiful synagogues. So, to be the most beautiful, that's a tall order. They got the most beautiful wood from the tallest trees. And that is what finished the outside of the building. And they got the most beautiful carpet woven by the most beautiful carpet weavers. And that's what was on the floor. What else does a synagogue need? Oh, they got Torahs. They had somebody write a beautiful Torah for them. And they worked and they worked and they worked and they worked. There were classrooms. There was a sanctuary. There was everything. And it took a year. It's pretty amazing that it only took a year, but it took a year. And the people were so excited. Nobody was allowed at the building site unless you were working on the project. Only the people who were building were allowed there because it was supposed to be a surprise. This was not built by committee. This was a surprise. So, 2 weeks before Rosh Hashanah, like right now, 2 weeks before Rosh Hashanah, the synagogue was finally finished and the entire community was welcomed up to the top of the hill where they built it to welcome this new synagogue, to see all of the beautiful things that they put in there. And the community all walks in the front door and everyone is saying, ooh. Can you say that? Ooh. Ah. Special. Yes. Everyone is admiring everything from the beautiful walls to the amazing faucets on the sink. Everything was pristine and clean and fresh and brand new. That's right, ooh and ah. That's right. Say it again, ooh and ah. That's right. And finally, the community gathered in the sanctuary because that's where a community gathers. There were plenty of seats, and everyone found a seat. And the rabbi who they'd hired comes up and is about to start speaking to the community when all of a sudden, a little girl in the back raises her hand. A little girl in the back raises her hand. Raise your hand. Look, a little girl in the back raising her hand. And the rabbi's kind of surprised and says, I haven't even started talking yet. What's your question? And she asks, everyone says this place is so beautiful, and it is. But how come there are no lights? Well, what a good question. Everything was beautiful, but there were no lights in the synagogue. How were they going to see? Well, 2 weeks before Rosh Hashanah at 7:03 p.m., there was still little light coming in the windows. But as the days got shorter, they knew that it would start to get dark outside, and how would they see one another? Ah, the rabbi said, I'm so glad you asked that question. I'm going to direct all of your attention over here. And he brings the community to a closet. And inside the closet, there are individual lamps that hold a candle. And there's enough for every single person in the community to have their own lamp with a candle in it. The rabbi tells them that the synagogue was built without lights on purpose. Because what makes a synagogue? It's not the beautiful chairs. It's not the amazing faucets on the sink. It's not even the Torah. What makes a synagogue is us. What makes a synagogue is this community. So if you don't show up and you're not here to light your candle, we'll be a little darker. But if we're all here together, the sanctuary will be full of light. It's Elul. It's 2 weeks until Rosh Hashanah, a little less. How are you going to bring your candle this year? Each of us have a candle. Now, yes, we have beautiful electric lights. We're very, very happy to have them. But the sentiment remains. We each bring our candle. Each time we enter the synagogue, we bring ourselves. We bring our own light. Our synagogue, our sanctuary, and our community are not the same if each and every one of us are not there to bring our light. And this Shabbat, with all of our new members here joining us, and those who may be joining us online, we feel your light. We feel the light in this community is strengthened. And we're so grateful, and I'm so grateful to be in a community where our lights are so strong and where we strengthen one another. So we're going to sing together this song for Elul, Achat Sha'alti. It's from Psalm 27. We've been singing it each Shabbat during this month as we prepare for the High Holy Days. Achat Sha'alti, it means, only one thing do I ask of you, God. Only one thing. What's your one thing?